In February 2006, a Nichan user shared the following story. A few years back, I suddenly remembered something about a certain village. This was a village with a small ryokan I stayed in while traveling alone. Their thoughtful hospitality was truly impressive, and for some reason, I wanted to go back there again immediately. I took a few days off and got in the car. I have a good memory, so I remembered the roads to get there. There was a sign indicating the location as I approached the village, but when I found it, I was confused. Rather than saying how many kilometers ahead, it said Kyoto O, Big Head O. I was filled with both a sense of dread and curiosity, and in the end, decided to keep going. I entered the village and saw it was abandoned. Grass was growing up through the cracks in the buildings. I went to get out of the car, but then a person with a rather large head approached me from a clump of bushes about 20 meters away. Huh? What the hell? I thought. They were all around me. Not only that, but they ran at me with this really creepy movement. They put both hands precisely on their legs, and their huge heads swayed from left to right as they ran. Thank God I didn't get out of the car. I reversed with incredible speed and sped out of town as fast as I could. I looked at the map when I got home, and it was definitely the same village I went to years earlier. Even so, I don't think I want to go there again. It was certainly a strange story. This person visited a small village a few years earlier and stayed in a Japanese inn while there. One day they suddenly remembered that village and how much fun they had there, so they decided to go back. Only this time, the village was nothing like they remembered. There was a strange sign that said Big Head O on it, and the apparently abandoned village was full of creatures with massive heads that attacked the car on sight. Who were these people, if they even were people? And where was this village? What had gone on there? And perhaps most importantly, was any of it real? The first mystery behind this story is what the O means. It's given as the katakana character for the sound O, which alone has no meaning. It's simply a sound. So what does it mean, if anything? Numerous theories have been given over the years, with two standing out above the rest. The first is that the O was actually once the character for village that faded away, leaving what looked like the katakana character for O. This would make sense, as the Nichan user mentioned seeing this on a sign while heading in. Big Head Village. A village full of creatures with big heads. It all fits. Another theory is that perhaps it was actually an arrow. It's possible that, in passing, the user mistook an arrow for the katakana character for O, and it was in fact pointing the way in for the big-headed creatures. To this day, nobody is quite sure, but either of these is likely a good guess. With that out of the way, how about the village itself? Does it actually exist, and if so, where can we find it? Numerous people have tried to track down the location of this village full of big-headed creatures over the years, without much luck. There's nothing in the story that gives any clue whatsoever as to where it may be. With Sugisawa Village, we know that it's supposed to be in Aomori somewhere. With Inunaki Village, we know it's supposed to be near the tunnel. With this one, we have nothing. The user gives no information other than a village with a Japanese inn, which is just about every village in Japan. In August 2018, a Twitter user tweeted that they were driving in the mountains of Kagoshima when they came across a sign that said Kyoto O, Big Head O. The tweet and user account have since both been deleted, but you can easily find them archived on other websites today. When questioned more specifically on where, the Twitter user pointed others to head towards Mount Kimpo and explore the forest roads of Kumagadake. This part, at the very least, was true, and you can even find the exact location of where the tweeter posted the pictures of the sign in Google Street View. A quick look around the area shows some abandoned houses and even a graveyard, but nothing that really resembles a village. Of course, nobody else has ever seen this sign, meaning the tweeter likely made it themselves, planted it for a few photos, and then deleted their account after being called out on it. But rumors persist today that if Big Head Village really does exist somewhere, it's probably somewhere in Kagoshima. There's zero evidence of this, however, so take it as you will. Others have claimed that this village, much like Sugisawa, exists between realms, which is why most people will never find it. If the circumstances are right, whatever those circumstances are, then you might happen across it. But if not, then you can drive right past it and never know it's there. How convenient. Finally, is the story itself real? Considering that it was posted on Nichan, it's generally safe to assume that no, it isn't. But let's dig a little deeper. By looking at the original post, we can see the user's ID. By looking up the user's ID, we can see anything else they may have posted with it. And as it turns out, the person who posted the Big Head Oh story also posted other things on the same night. Lucky us. Both posts are other fictional stories of the supernatural, which makes it highly likely that Big Head Oh, the only post of the three to really make it big, is likely more of the same. Nichan is a popular place to share scary stories, because the anonymous nature of it makes it seem possible that maybe, just maybe, this weird and terrifying experience really did happen to someone, and no one can really call you out on it. Not in a personal way, anyway, making it safe to post whatever you want. For this user, they got lucky, and other users loved the Big Head Oh story. Perhaps because it was so weird, while the other two stories fell to the wayside. Is Big Head Oh a real village? Undoubtedly not, but that hasn't stopped it from becoming a popular urban legend over the years, much like Sugisawa and Inunaki before it. Who doesn't love a good hidden village story after all? But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.